What you do when no one is watching is what determines your success. It is all about your feelings. And when you tell yourself you're a winner, you're going to be a winner. If you tell yourself you're a loser, quite frankly, you probably are. That's why knowledge is power. But knowledge without applying it's nothing. We can do anything, man. You can do anything. There's nothing that, if you want to dunk on the 10-foot goal, you can do it. And so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be successful at it. And when I am there, that one little thing that you said that you wanted to do, I'm going to grab your hand, and I'm going to pull you with me.
Thank you, Coach. Welcome to the Dreaming to Compete podcast, where we own our dreams by competing and compete by owning our dreams.
All right. I love it, man. Thank you so much for having me, man.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the work to be here. Like, it's been a lot of conversations just to get here, to this place. And we had everything planned out to the gym, to the, like, this setup. And then, like, things started, like, unfolding, like, not how I thought they were going to unfold. When you're like, hey, we gotta be creative sometimes. And that's how I like to start the podcast, because we do have to be creative sometimes and adjust, be flexible with life. And hey, you say, let's do it more authentic. Let's do it in the car. And my girlfriend told me, like, you don't always have to have the same setup. You, like, do more authentic, do it in his business, because, like, this is your business as well. Your truck that takes you to your trainings, you take your stuff here, training and all of that.
Man, so I think that was just a valuable lesson for both of us to learn. That Outkast said this, right? The famous group Outkast. They said you can paint a pretty picture, right? Or you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather, right? You planned all of this out to have it planned just for us to be in there. And then out of nowhere, it's something that comes in place, right? And then you're like, okay, well, I don't want it like this. I want it, like that. And sometimes we have to allow the authenticity of what's going on to just happen, right? And just to allow the interview to happen. So now we have a different scenery than what you have had before. And now our options, right, have opened up, and we can do that. So I used to be like that when I first started, like, with my business. I would be like, I want it like this. I want it like that. It has to be like this. And certain things will happen. I'll be like, no, cancel it. We'll try again. And it's like, well, Cedric, we may not have another time. What can we do in this moment to be able to complete the task that we need?
And that's exactly what happened with my sister. She just got married, and, like, we had everything planned out. We had her, like, party, like, outside, in the outside.
Yeah.
And, like, it was summer. Like, it was super hot during the day. And at night, it poured, like, it rained so bad. Like, it destroyed a lot of things. But then, like, we had the best time. Like, yeah, it was great. So it was like, and then, like, if someone didn't have a good time, that's their fault. Like, it's like, we choose to have fun. Yeah, we choose to be great.
Yeah, we do. And I think that in order for us to be great, we have to choose to be great on purpose, right? I tell everybody, accidents, they just don't happen, right? Everything is planned out. Even when things happen, right, it still can be planned out. And that's, and that's why we're here, right? Because our innovation, it brought us here. So whenever you're doing anything, man, don't get so riled out about, and even just for me, I can't get so angry about the moment of what happened, right? I have to quickly then get over it. What's the resolution? What's the answer? I just bought my son a couple of $100 bat. And on Sunday, just last Sunday, brand new, out of the plastic. He's crying. He loves me. Goes out there. He's 5 for 5 his first game. Whole entire tournament, does well. And we get back home and he lost it. He left it where we were. Oh, got the bat the same day, lost it. I called the organization and they say, it's not here. We're sorry. I wanted to get so upset I wanted to get my son. I wanted to give him a whooping. I wanted to tell him, like, that's irresponsible. Why? Why? One, he's 7 years old. Number two, I know that he moves too fast and he just wasn't thinking at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I could have gotten angry and I could have whooped him. I could have threw some things and just been like, what would that have done in that moment? But more fear in my son's heart, right, would have made me completely angry, out of mind, and not thinking of what's the second thing I can do. I made a phone call. I can actually get a bat that's actually the step above that one for $100 cheaper. So now I got my answer. And my grandmother comes and she says, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'll pay for the next bat. Right? I didn't know she was going to do that. I didn't call her. I didn't even tell her it happened. She knew it happened because my son was crying.
Yeah.
But everything always works out. We just have to chill out and see it through.
That is right. That is right. And it's how you react to them. And then I was talking with my last interview with Joe Jones, trainer of Your Own Performance.
Yeah.
And that was a big topic of the conversation where we're talking about, hey, positive thinking is great sometimes, but it doesn't work all the time. Negative thinking doesn't work most of the time.
Yeah.
Hey, it's getting to neutral, to the neutral thinking. Okay, this happened. Now what's next? What can we do? That you said that second thought and thinking about it. Yeah, which is great. And now that you mentioned your kid, that is great because I spend a lot of time with them during the week, and I love those kids. Thank you. I love those kids. Like, they're great, and they're choosing to be great. And I know the big part of that is like how you're raising them.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why I invited you to this podcast, to this channel, because I've seen how great you are, how you're always with a smile, you're treating people good always, how your kids treat people good always, how they're always trying to do their best. Yeah. Sometimes they may get disappointed, not their best, but still, they're all trying, with that mindset, they're trying to do it. And I've met you for a couple months now, and it's like, yeah, let's do a podcast. And you're a great person to bring to the podcast. You have your own business that you were talking about. And so I just wanted to talk more about that pathway to your success, because from the outside looking in, I see you as, I admire you, and I see you as like someone that I would like to be like. You're successful for me.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It all started back in 2015. I had my son. My son was about a year old by then, and I started getting a little heavy. I started eating with my wife at the time because she was pregnant, and we just kept eating. And I said, my son is going to be very active like me, right? He's going to want to move around. He's going to want me to throw him in the air and play with him. I said, I need to get my life together. My son was actually born 1 pound, 9 ounces. He was born 2 months early. Didn't know if he was going to make it, right? And he could fit in the palm of my hands. That was his head right there. His feet were right there. I put my wedding band on him in a way, and it went around his whole entire arm, and it left this much room. That's how small he was. He could stretch out, and he wouldn't go any further than my hand. Isaiah.
Wow.
And I had to stay strong. I said, dude, you've been through more in this 2 months than I've been in my life. My son can do it, so can I. Change my life. I got the body that I wanted. And I was working. And at the time, I was working in corporate America.
What was the body that you wanted?
The body that I wanted, man, was I just wanted to be healthy. I didn't really have a look at the time.
What does that mean for you?
Healthy means being able to bend over and tie my shoe without pulling a muscle. Healthy means being able to eat things and not feel like I'm too bloated or I'm down. Like when I eat, I feel horrible. Healthy is knowing that I'm, every single day, I know I'm not going to have some of the issues that I know I have had in the past, right? I've had knee issues. I've had hip issues. I've had this. And when you live a healthy lifestyle, I'm not saying that those things won't happen because they will. Nevertheless, the chances of them happening are now less because you're making more of an effort to live a healthier life for you.
And then recover from those things.
And that's what happens.
Better.
Absolutely. And it's easier because your mindset is already on, let me be careful about what I put inside of my body and what I do to it. So remember, I said this, we are above average thinkers, right?
Yeah.
Remember that? So when you are an above average thinker, you think before you speak and you think before you act. I'm not bragging and boasting and saying I'm better than you or I'm better than the person or whomever. No, I am just an above average thinker. I'm an above average doer, right? I'm going to think before I do something. I'm going to think before I actually, you know what I'm saying, say something. So in that manner, when I'm doing it, it's straight from here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now it's already here. Now it's coming there. And when we do that, now we're cautious about what we put in our mouth, right? When you think before you eat, I think before I lift, mind-muscle connection. If you're thinking about the hardship of what's happening outside of the gym in your life, before you go into the gym, you're not connecting with your body and your lift is only going to be 50 to 80%, right? Or 75%, 65%. How low do we need to go? How much are you thinking about that and not thinking about you? So we have to make sure that we take time to think about.
So healthy is not just about your body, but also your mind.
Dude, you have to have a healthy mindset. I can't wake up in the morning saying, I gotta do this. I get to do this. I don't have to do anything but die. That's it. That's all I honestly and truly have to do. I don't have to pay taxes. I don't have to have a job. I don't have to take care of my kids. I don't have to do any of that.
Everything's a choice. Like, and the great quote that I don't remember exactly, but it's like the only thing that cannot be taken away from you is a part of your choice.
Yeah.
So like whatever, you still can choose.
And that's the most important thing about it is you get to do the things that you get to, that you do. When you get to do it, it's a passion.
Mm-hmm.
Because it lasts longer.
Yeah, like I have to pay the bills. Well, I don't have to pay the bills. I can pay the bills if I want to be in my house. Like, I don't want to pay the bills. Okay, I don't get my house. I don't live in your car. And that's a choice that like people can make.
Yeah. I say this, my slogan for Team Can Fitness is you can because can't never did anything. That came from, I was teaching kids. I had a small group at the time and I was teaching teenagers how to get jobs into the real world. And I told them you can because can't never did anything. And I took that into my business. And I said, man, if I keep saying I can't, right, then I'm never going to do it. If I keep saying I can, yeah, I'm going to fail over and over and over again. But at least I'm failing forward.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Like, because like from a failure, I believe a failure is never a failure if you don't learn from it. Like,
that's good. That's very good. That's very good. Look forward to failing. I tell people, if you don't look forward to fail, you're not going to learn anything. And you'll be a really good genius in just this small of a pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you be smart in other pockets, other categories. So read your books. Take your time to say I can. Just do it. What will it hurt to be successful? Who is it going to hurt, right? So many people, I think sometimes we get afraid of success because I see you and I'm like, you can be successful because you look like that type of person to have that personality. I love that. I'll pray for you. I'll help you out. But when it comes to me, oh, I'm not worthy or I haven't worked hard enough or excuse me?
I didn't deserve it.
Your confidence is everything, right? What you do when no one is watching is what determines your success.
So what is success?
Success is being in a place of joy. That's my definition of it. People will say somebody that may not have a certain amount of money, right? They're not successful. But at home, he is the absolute best father. At home, he's the absolute best husband. He absolutely is there in all aspects of life when he is home. A lot of people, when they're home, they're not home. Their mind is still on their business. So I am definitely successful when it comes to my home, and I am successful when it comes to my business. It is my joy, and I am taking care of what I need to. I'm doing all the necessary things throughout the process to make sure that the success of who I am, of what you see, continues, and what I feel and what I'm going through. You'll know your
Place of success, and that comes from the feeling.
Yeah.
Of like, I feel joy in your place.
I feel joy in this place. Your success is the unfolding of your plan and your discipline. That's your success. Are things unfolding for you? Your success is not when you get to the end goal. There should never be an end goal. You should never have, I just want to stop right here. No. We grow as we go. And if we grow, we'll continue to be successful.
Do you have dreams?
Yeah.
What's the difference between an end goal and a dream? How you take it?
That's a good question. And I think that they coincide very closely. But I feel like a dream will never stop. Right? A dream is something that will continue to go on. When you say end game, I think of a block that won't allow me to surpass the cap that has been put there. Right? It's like a salary cap at a business. You make $500,000 a year, but you work for someone, and that's your salary cap. My dream is to not work for anyone so that I don't have that salary cap. My success will keep going. The 500,000 will stop.
And your dream keeps getting bigger.
My dream.
What is a dream?
A dream is a continuance of the passion that's in your heart. Think about the last thing that you did. Sometimes people will dream about that, of the last sight of the thing that they saw, because the excitement, right, from it. They want to dream about that. That subconscious mind is like, hey, you like that? That was a good feeling for those endorphins, right? That was cool. That was exciting. So it takes you back to that place. That's a place of joy. Now, Cedric, what about nightmares? Those are things of where what is. Sometimes it's where your heart is. And sometimes we have to listen to them because it's not a nightmare. Sometimes it's a lesson. To say, hey, I didn't want to separate from, but maybe you have to because God is telling us, right? Father, keep us away from, dangers seen and unseen.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're unseen, but they're in the subconscious mind and they're put as a dream. So a dream continues to go, an end game stops, and then you have to reevaluate and try to continue that. I would hate to stop every single time, reevaluate, go back into it. But what I would like is for my dream to continue to come to me as I'm going through the process of what God is aligning me for. And as long as I'm doing it in that alignment, I can never be wrong. How? It's impossible. You'll never be wrong because you're doing what God has told you to do. You're doing your will, or you're doing your passion. You're doing what you know you're supposed to do, not for you, but for the world, for the people. Your gift is to give back. Are we doing
with your gift?
With your gift, yeah.
Because like I'll give back in a different way that you're gonna give back.
Absolutely.
In a different way that my girlfriend's gonna give back.
Yes. But if we all are giving back, every person will get touched. Everyone will be happy. And that will turn into joy.
Sometimes finding that passion and that purpose of life is hard.
Yeah.
How can we find it?
You find it through exercise, proven processes. You have to continue to keep working. Don't give up because it failed the first time. You've been doing this And I'm pretty sure there's been some times that you've wanted to put it down or you wanted to stop. We cannot do that. And the reason why you can't do it is because you do have that passion for it. Your passion is what drives you, right? So I say this all the time. The what, the why, and the how, right? So the what is the setting up the stand, the making sure the bottle is, correct, making sure everything, the scenery is good. I have my shirt on. I'm looking good, right? That's the what. The coming up with the questions to, bring to me, interviewing me beforehand, making sure you have to do your research on me. You got to watch me. You got to Google. You got to do that stuff before sitting up, right?
Yeah.
That's your what, right? Why do you do that? Why do we do that? Why do I get up and I write out a lesson plan? Why is it that I work out on a daily basis? Why do I watch what I eat? Why do I want other people? Because I have a passion for people to do better with themselves and their life. And I want to see people with low confidence have the most brave confidence in the world, that not they can look like a machine, but they can be healthy and know that they are going to live longer, right? And have that happy life, have that joyful life. I love to see people win. And this is my way of giving back and helping people win. I've helped someone beat diabetes. She had type 2 diabetes. We went on a blood type diet for 6 months. She beat it and lost 60 pounds in the process.
Wow.
That's why I do it. Because now she's living a life that is completely different than what she was before she met me.
Because that's what it means. Like, it's not, that win is different for every person.
Yeah, man.
Like, the win is going to be different for you than for her.
Yeah. And so that's what it is. So now you have your what? The day in and day out, the daily grind. But then you have your why. So don't let the what discourage you, but let your why drive you. So always remember your why. That's going to be the most important thing.
Always remember your why.
Always.
Yeah. So then why did you start your business?
God really talked to me. He spoke to me. I wanted to start a business. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I called my stepmom, and we always would have like great spiritual conversations. And she was like, "Son, why don't you just do what you've been doing?" I say, "Well, what have I been doing all my life?" She said, "You've been training people all your life." She had a foster care when I was younger, and I was 10 years old, and I would teach the kids math, science, and we would have PE. Of course, I was a PE coach. And I would just grow up and grow up and grow up. And as I've gotten older, I've always liked training people and doing that. And I just never thought about it. And she was like, "Why don't you do that?" So I was in a meeting at the business that I was at the time, working for corporate America. And I was in a meeting with the VP of the company, and he was talking, and it was very important. It was very important. But God spoke to me in that moment, and he had me write down my business plan of Team Can Fitness. He gave it to me.
Did you have the name in that moment?
Right then and there, I had the name. I had the name.
So it's like
Team
Can. Your business plan for a team.
You know what's funny? I can come up with things pretty quickly, like just off the bat. I'm really innovative, and I love that. And remember, I go back to what I told you about my church. I had those kids, and it was called. Remember, I said, "You can because can't never did anything." I had that slogan before I was working there. So I remembered that, and I put that with Team Can. I came up with the slogan before I even came up with Team Can. So Team Can was easy to come up with, because at the time, other trainers, it was called Team T or Team this. It was Team something. Like, it wasn't, now you have beautiful names, saying other names fit this, whatever. But at the time, the trend was Team. So I just put my Can from, UMB, because Can't never did anything.
Yeah.
And I just put it right there, Team Can. And I am Mr. Can. So I say it just like this. What's up, strong people? This is Team Can Fitness, your favorite trainer, Mr. Can, the trainer of the celebrities and the successful. And this is where success happens.
There you go. And success
And see,
has been a place of joy.
there it is. See what I'm saying?
I love it. So you wrote it, and like, how did you make that next step?
So the next step was very,
Were you having like, did you like your job?
no, I didn't. That's what the push was. Getting out of there. I didn't, you know what's crazy? I never worked for corporate America before that. I was always retail. I'm good at selling, right? I sell. And going there, I was just like, I just don't really like this. I want to do something that I want to do. And it was like, well, you're good at sales. I've been selling since I started at 13 years old. I had a job. And what's training? I'm selling. I'm selling myself. I'm selling my body. So in order to sell your body, what do you have to do? You have to take care of your body. You can't sell a body that people don't want to buy. Right? People are not going to come up to you and say, how long have you been training? People are not going to come up and be like, how many certifications do you have? You know what they're going to look at? Your body. They're going to look you up and down. Look, you look good. What do you do? That's what they say. So I have to train myself so that when people see me, they know that I have a trainer.
And I mean, you're not training, or correct me if I'm wrong, so you're not training for like to look good, but to be healthy. And like, looking good is just a, how do you call it? Like a consequence of being healthy.
I tell people, when you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you feel good better. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you do feel better. I tell people that all the time, man. It's all about your feelings. It is all about your feelings. And when you tell yourself you're a winner, you're going to be a winner. If you tell yourself you're a loser, quite frankly, you probably are.
Mm-hmm.
I tell everybody, we don't talk about ourselves like that. So that's what it is. Success, man. Winning, positivity, drive. How can I do more? Well, Cedric, who do you talk to when God, I got people. I got my mentors. Everybody should have a mentor.
There you go. What mentors do you have?
I actually have my pastor is actually my mentor. He's one of my mentors. I want you to understand this before I go into my next mentors. They don't have to know you for you to be, for them to be.
Because that's a great thing, which I heard this week, is like, from my book, was like, sometimes virtual mentors, or like mentors that they don't know you, like book mentors, specifically what they said, like authors, they could be great mentors for you that you don't know them, and they could be better than a mentor that you know.
And sometimes, and they tell you don't want to meet your, celebrity crush or your celebrity, person, is because you have so many, oh my gosh, he's so great, he's so amazing. And then when you meet them, they may have had a bad day and they just, not right now. And now your whole entire world is down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes having that personal relationship makes it a little hard. It can. That doesn't mean it will, but sometimes it can. And when you can see, I know it's crazy, you see all the good things about that mentor. You don't see any of the bad, but you can flip that and add all the good for you and say, okay, when bad comes in my life, I'll take what my mentor said and let the good that he's talking about over trump it. Because at some time he's going to talk about something that bad that happened in his life and how he had to turn it around in a positive way. So if you can relate with that was something bad happened to him that happened to you. You apply the knowledge that he gave to you, and that's where wisdom is. That's why knowledge is power, but knowledge without applying it's nothing, right? The speed limit says 55 miles per hour. That's your knowledge. Now use your wisdom and let that foot off the gas a little bit and go back down.
Knowledge is potential power.
It
only becomes power when you
apply it.
The pressure is on you.
I apply it.
I apply it.
I apply the pressure. You got to face me when we see each other. I always have to say I'm number one. I have to be number one in any situation I go to. But I'm never number one. I'm never not too much to be number one that I can't listen and learn from others.
Because number ones are the most humble people, that they learn They just want to keep learning and growing. Learning, like they're open minded, they're learning from anyone.
Anyone, young, old, someone who is not even on your level as far as what you do.
And that's like from the art of learning. One of the best, like one of the topics is that to get to master, you need to be with a person at your level, like in whatever you're mastering, whatever your craft is, be with a person at your level, one person above your level so you can grow them, and one person below your level so you can also help them grow.
Yes.
And that help someone grow, helps you.
I like that. I like the way you put that. That was actually perfect, man, because a lot of people don't think of having someone below them, right? But if you're helping someone that's below you, that's obviously you remembering what you went through and you're helping them up. But when you're talking to someone else that may be slightly beneath you, not beneath, right? Just they're wanting to learn from you. When you're talking to that person, you're talking to yourself. So as you're going through your process and you're talking to them, listen to your words, because you're going to be getting you through your hardship and your process to get you to that person that's above.
And the best way to learn something is to teach it, because you get to learn it twice.
Oh, remember the 3 I was telling you about, right? The what, the why, and the how.
And the how.
Okay. So remember, don't let the what discourage you, but let your why drive you. Now, this is what coincides with what you were saying. So I'll give an example, like for my children. At home, I tell my children what to do. Even in the gym, I tell my clients what to do. I'll use that. Then I explain why I told my clients what to do, right? So that there's understanding and trust. And then I perform the how. I show them how the squat needs to be done properly. I show them how a bench press needs to be done properly. I show them how an exercise needs to be done properly. So not only am I telling you what to do, and you need to listen to me, but I'm telling you why I'm telling you what to do, and then I'm performing the how. That is a fantastic coach.
Oh, yes.
That is a fantastic leader. If they cannot do all 3 of those, I'm not saying don't follow. Be careful. Use your discernment, and you'll show how.
That's a great thing. That's a great lesson.
Yeah.
That, like, this couple of days, I've been thinking about, like, when I coach, like, unintentionally, I've been doing that. I show them what to do, how to do it. I mean, why to do it. Because that was me when I was little, like, just training. I was curious and asking why. Hey, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And it was not because I don't trust whoever's coaching. You just want to know. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Because when I know, okay, now then I learn it better.
Yeah, that's good.
But first, so that sticks in my mind, sticks in my body, getting better. And then the house, like, if a coach is telling me to do this, but you're not able to do it, like, should I follow you? Should I listen to you? Yeah. Doesn't give me that much trust. Sometimes I do it, but doesn't give me that much trust.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where that comes into play at. And, when I was younger, it was do what I say, not as I do. So it was, hey, run up and down. And, back in the day, our coaches wouldn't show us, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting back out there. So I like the transformation of the coaches now, these younger coaches, and how they're so for the kids and they're so for the clients and they're so for the people. I have seen that turnaround where the coaches are now healthier. You know what I'm saying? Like, as trainers, we are offering so much more, which we have to because of time, but we're becoming a lot more with the mental. I'm not just a trainer, right? I'm a life coach. I speak life into every client that comes to me. I do life together with them. We don't just do life in the gym. We do life outside of the gym, right? We are there for each other. We We speak. If somebody needs something. So that's what it's about. It's about a community, building a community of people who want to come in and be a part of something and have joy while they're in it. Because there's not a lot of times where people can be a part of something and feel like they're in it, right? People will come and they're just coming because it's there. Right? They don't feel like they're a part of it. They don't feel like they have a say. And now I give my clients that say, right? I say, hey, guys, so for next week, this is what we're going to be doing, right? I have about 2 or 3 that will be like, hey, Cedric, this and this and that, this and this and that and the third. And they'll just say things that they would like to do. They would like to see. I take it into consideration. I don't say, you don't know strong about, I'm doing this. I used to in the beginning. That was horrible. No, listen to what they're saying, because I didn't say take everything that they say and make it, your business. No, but what I'm saying is they're saying things that are right?
From a different perspective.
Thank you. And now other people are thinking the same thing, but they may be too afraid to tell you. So we have to also make sure that we're able to bring ourselves down in order to listen and learn. I think we can do that. We can do anything, man. You can do anything. There's nothing that, if you want to dunk on the 10-foot goal, you can do it. Train. Practice. And practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. Get that practice makes perfect out of your head. I don't want to be perfect. I want to continue to grow as I go.
Because if you're perfect, it means you have a little bit.
So done. And you get to an end goal. I don't want an end goal. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want any of that stuff. I want the innovation of life to continue to help me grow and further better my education and my talents and my gift towards the people on this earth. If I could give everybody some confidence and let them know that they are beautiful, let them know that they are strong, let them know that they can do it. I know it's hard. Trust me, I do. Blood, sweat, tears, and I want to quit. But if I do that, I'll say, what if? And I told myself a long time ago, I'll never say that.
So, blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah.
You had to go through a lot of that.
Yeah.
When you were building your business.
Yeah.
For sure. How was that pathway to making your business and to the success that your business has now?
Man, just the not giving up, the perseverance. You see, it's going to be a lot of times that people are going to try you. People are going to let you down. The ones that love you the most, your parents, your guardians, cousins, uncles, they're going to tell you that you may not be able to do it. They may, Stop taking that stuff as derogatory. All they're doing is projecting their fears onto your life. Never allow one person's fears to dictate your future. Never allow one person's fears to dictate your future. Cedric, what do you mean by that? What I'm saying is, you may be afraid to do what I'm doing. So your best interest at heart for me is to tell me to be careful. But your words of be careful is, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I gotta do it. I gotta try it because I'm not you. And my brain, my spirit, my passion is different. And so I'm going to do this and I'm going to be successful at it. And when I am there, that one little thing that you said that you wanted to do, I'm going to grab your hand and I'm going to pull you with me. So don't get mad because somebody's saying something that you don't like to hear. It doesn't mean that they're meaning it in a negative way. They're just afraid and they just want to see you be great. They don't want to see you fail. So they'll tell you to play it safe.
This is what most will tell you.
I have a shirt that says that too. And it says, you can play it safe if you want to. I'm not going to play it safe. I'm going to go for it. Right? And you keep them close. And you just, you know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at people because of that. And that's what I had to learn. Because now when you get mad, you think the whole entire world is against you. You think no one loves you. And you think that now it's going to take even longer for you to be successful.
So what if I fail?
So
What if I have this great idea then? I want to create my own business. I want to change my whole career or pursue my passion. And people are telling me, hey, please, like, you have a good job right now, a good paying job.
yeah,
Your life is good from the outside looking in.
yeah.
But inside of me, I'm like, I don't like this job. I go to work and like, I'm thinking about the job that I want to have like this. And if I go through that process of like pursuing my dream, I'm here and I'm going to go down, knowing that the possibilities are going to go up. But what if I fail and like stay down there?
When you fail, you have to celebrate. I wish I would have told myself that when I fail. Celebrate your failure. Because it's not hard to do. It's not the end. And you know that. Because I just told you, you can't have an end game. I told you can't be perfect. But I did tell you can grow as you go. And I did tell you that it's a process. So throughout the process, the water hose, it clamped. There's a little bit of water that still seeps through. It doesn't stop. The flow has just been tightened. So enough can get through. So it feels like I'm failing because before I was making this much. Now it's in schools and it's making this. Oh, nobody said.
But still look at those jobs that I
Continue to go. So that's why you can't fail, right? That's why you can't stop. I mean, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. I play baseball. An amazing player is 3 out of 10. How many times did he fail? 7. He failed 7 times? A great player fails 7 times. I like those odds.
They're the best.
And they're the best. They're the best of the best in the world. And they fail 7 times out of 10.
Wait, so explain that for the ones that don't understand that. So like when you're hitting,
So let's say you are up to bat. Let's say you get 10 times to go to that. In one game, you go up to bat, 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Your first time, you get a hit. Good job. Your second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th time, you failed. Right?
You only get 3.
You did 3 errors. Right? Boom. So now you've worked hard. You dusted off those other ones before, but now you've worked hard. This is it. And you go out there with the biggest swing. Strike 3. You struck out. You failed again. Still got 2 more tries. And you go out there. You hit the ball out the park because you sat down and you thought you planned it out before you did it again. Boom. You thought, okay, I remember I failed in that area right there. Let me not do that. I'll turn that F into an L because now it's a lesson. I've learned from it. Now.
Bang. So you guys so excited that the camera stopped filming. No, I thought I overhit it. And we got to improvise again.
We do. But I think just in life, we just can't stop because we failed once or twice, right? I gave the baseball analogy because you hit it the first time, so you hit it out the park and you're like, yeah, great. And then 2 through 7, or 2 through 8, you didn't do, as well. But 9 and 10, you're back in it. 9 and 10 is going to make you feel like 1 again. So take 9 and 10, the passion that you had from the first time, and keep going. And just keep going. Don't stop. It's all right. You struck out. It's okay. You failed. It's all right. Lost a little bit of money. It's all good.
So how do we know that we're doing the right thing?
It feels good. The money is not what makes you do good. How much you make is not your gift on giving back to the world. When you when I had my first person come to me and tell me that thanked me so much for what I did for them in their life, mentally and physically. And I started to whimper up and cry a little bit. That's when I knew I'm doing what I love because of the results, right? Regardless of what the result is, I have a passion for it, right? So even with the small goals, like say, I just lost 10 pounds. It took me 3 months, but I'm listening to you now. I'm getting it. I like to hear that. That's what I want to hear.
So that feeling of the
feeling
of this small results. What if there's no results?
Now you need to go back to the drawing board, right? And we have to see if your process needs to be set up in a different way so that it can be proven. You have to have a proven process in order to continue going on with your business, your life, or whatever, right? You have a process in life. You get up, you do certain things, and that's been proven that it works for you. Just because it's proven, though, that doesn't mean that it has to be that way forever. Proven process can be changed. It can be altered. It can be, advanced. It can be, any of that. So we just have to make sure that we're able to do that. Other than that, man, that's literally what it is. It's a nonstop passion for what you need to do for the people. It's not what you want to do, because we can all want to do stuff for the people, but it's what you need to do. So what is your gift? And that's where you sit down and you evaluate yourself, and not what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Happiness is for the moment. Joy lasts forever.
So what is the difference between happiness and joy?
Happiness for me is just something that is good. Good things happen all the time. Great things happen all at once. I heard that saying one time, right? So I feel that throughout a process, when I'm happy in that moment, right? You have made me happy with this interview. You make me happy when I see you in the gym and we give each other that, because it's another great soul that I get to say hello to and be seen by. That's just happiness, right? That happiness can be turned off by somebody coming in and changing my whole entire, thinking, right? Then let's say somebody I don't like, they come in and I'm like, no. Now what happened, bro? My happiness is gone. But when I have joy, regardless of who and or what comes into my situation,
regardless of external circumstances,
I am going to continue to have everlasting happiness, which is going to turn into everlasting joy.
So joy comes from in.
Joy comes from here. I don't care, because you could come in with a bad attitude. What if you come in with a good attitude for 200 days and in 201 you come in with a bad attitude and now I'm not happy anymore? That's living right there in that moment. No, that's just being happy in the moment. I'm joyful. So when my son lost his $100 bat, what did I say? It's okay, son. You'll be all right. I'll be okay. And we'll figure this thing out. Because I have joy in my heart for my son.
Yeah.
He didn't do it on purpose. I got joy in my life, period. So I can't allow small things like that to take my joy away. Happiness is for the moment. Joy lasts forever.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, man. And then, so how did you start your business?
I started, I was actually trained out when I was working for corporate America. I was training at Lifetime. Training my body. I wasn't a trainer. I was just going in and training. And then after a while, one of the guys that I work with saw me and was like, hey, I was like, you want to work out together? He was like, cool. So we started working out together for about 3-4 months. And then people at the job said, oh, you got that guy looking good, man. I heard y'all work out together. I was like, no, we work out together. I didn't train him. And he'll go out of nowhere and be like, I don't do anything. He comes up with the workouts. He comes in. I just do whatever he tells me to do. 5 people right after that started coming and training with me. Hey, coach, what we got? I'll be like, I'm not anybody's coach. Just do what I do. And when I lift weights, you lift weights. And they were like, okay. Everybody's like, it was like 5 and 6 of them. They were like,
You're squatting right there. Oh, then like 5 people behind.
come on, they waiting. They waited. I'm sitting there spotting. So after a while, I started going home and writing down things. I started researching. I started staying up at night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, researching like calorie counting. And I remember I was big into all of that stuff when I first started. And I would come in and I would be ready for them. And I would say, okay, guys, this is what we got. And they would make fun of me because they'd be like, oh, Mr. Drill Sergeant is here. I'd be like, yes, coach. I'm like, all right, stop. But I started to learn that it took not just going to the gym and having fun and giving high fives. It took structure. It took a process. It took writing down. It took studying. And then when I did that, I said, these people like that I'm giving them this? And then they started thanking me, Cedric, I feel great. Dude, my wife is telling me, said, hey, man, my husband says, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they started feeling better.
And that's where the joy was coming. So now you were like, okay, yeah, this is my passion. This is what I really love. This is
I like making
what I
people
want
feel
to
better.
do.
I like making people feel better, man. And it don't have just be in fitness. I could be speaking to you, and now you feel like you can take over the world in a positive way. So it's like
Win. Dude, we got my wins. And so those 5 people, like the initial people, were they just doing it with you, or were they just paying you? Like, were they first?
man, to be honest with you, no. I wasn't charging anything. I wasn't charging anything at the time because I felt like I appreciate y'all wanting to listen to me. So I appreciate that. So I just started training them. And then after a while, I left that job. And before I left that job, all those people got everybody in the whole entire, at that job. They bought me jump ropes, and they bought me equipment that I needed to go on with my business. Even my VP shook my hand and said, I know why you're quitting. He said, and I wish the best of luck.
I know why you were not listening to me. I know why you weren't listening to me in my meeting.
And so I went on to, leave work early, like I told you, to go and train people. It just got so much more important to me. And I jumped off the deep end without a life jacket, kind of like Nipsey Hussle said. And here I am, 8 years later.
So you left it without a sec, like having something, yeah. Like you were right here. You left it without and another rope.
I didn't even have I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan. I wrote out the business plan, but I didn't save enough to start. That's the things I will, when up and coming trainers come up, I'll be like, all right, before you, don't leave your job until you're secure and ready to get out of there. I was with a plan. I was just I want to get out of here. I just want to go into it. So my process took a little longer.
Was your wife supportive?
No. Heck no. She looked at me like I was crazy. She probably wanted to leave me. I think she told me that one time. Yeah, hey man, me and the kids, we're about to leave. But she stuck it out with me. And, I failed so many times, and I'm pretty sure I failed her numerous of times as far as just not being there. And when I say that, I mean mentally. I'd be home, but I would not be, you know what I'm saying? So we learned from that. She stuck with me. I stuck with her, and,
continue to grow.
And I learned that with my business. I've been married now for 12 years. We've been together for 15 years. Half of that time has been my business. I put what the love and the passion and joy that I put into my marriage, I put that into my business. And I'm like, well, shoot, if you can do 15 years with a human being, I think you can do 8 and more with a business, So that's just how I look at life, man. I look at life as, if we can do those little things over and over and over again, you can put enough together to complete that big total.
Did you went out to find another job after, or started training more people? Did those people come with you to say that? And
They did. And
now they were
yeah,
your client.
Yeah. So then I was like, hey, all right, now y'all got to pay. Yeah. And they were like, wait a minute. I was like, I'll help you out, but you got to pay. So that's what it was. I literally just went out there. And later on, I've had to have a job here and there, you know what I'm saying, to kind of make ends meet. And I've had more businesses. I've had a trucking business. I've had a moving business. I've had a cleaning business. I mean, I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? We did it all. And that was to keep money flowing. The big picture is my passion and my joy, right? That's my earnings. What's your number one? You don't want to have too many things going on at one time. And what I mean by that is don't start too many businesses all at once at one time. It's like having 3 kids. It's like having triplets. That's hard. 1 child is enough. But think about if you had to have 3 that you had to change. So what I say is let your business grow until it's about 8 or 10 years old, right? Or 5, or however you can, space it. That's your time management. Then you pick up the next one.
And then with that, knowing that you also had to go to get like other jobs, or you like to work in different ways to make
Ends meet.
Yeah. You still had joy.
Yeah, I still had joy. You know what it taught me though? You can go and you can do that, or you can add other things into Team Can Fitness. So I started doing apparel, and I started selling apparel, right? I started, I started doing meal prep back before the pandemic hit. 2019. I was big into meal prep, and I knew all of that coincided. It wasn't like having 3 babies. It was, just having other avenues to, feed my business, but it still coincided with what I was doing. So, okay, it's like, okay, you have your business. What else other than that, outside of that, can you have that will also help fund what you got going on? But it's still all together, right? You don't want to do something completely separate because now your brain is not 100% towards what you need. So that's how I had to think about it. How can I stay 100% in Team Can Fitness, but still have other businesses around me? Okay, you have meal prep, Cedric. That goes into it. Okay, start selling clothes. That's what goes into it. And so that's what those ideas come from. All right, well, I got to go work over here for this guy, and I got to go work over here for this guy to make ends meet. Or you can think, what can you do with your business to make them meet as well?
So how has the last years, how have they been? Like, how has that growth been?
Man, the past years, actually, even through the pandemic was a blessing, man. It just really was. We still were thriving. Our gym was in Swanee at the time. We were actually the only gym that was allowed to be open because we were on private property. So all the other gyms that were around were getting closed down because, you can have more than 12 people, 20 people, depending on the size, square footage of the, of your business. And they couldn't touch us because we're on private property. So people could come, and we kept it safe. We kept it clean as much as we could possible, and people kept coming in and out. So it was a real good blessing. And just being innovative and thinking outside of the box. I had to open up virtual, for months because we couldn't get to the gym because COVID was just that bad. That's where I opened up my Zoom. Because of COVID, I opened up another avenue to help out my business.
So then a challenge comes in, and it's how you approach them. Like, yeah, this hit me, I could go down, but this hit me, I can't. This is opportunities. Yeah, it's gonna open me opportunities and make me grow.
You got it. And that's how I had to look at it. I was like, all right, Sid, you can stop Team Can Fitness altogether, or you can come up with another way to do it. I'm going to come up with, I love this stuff, man. I love helping people, dude. I really do, man. I can't stop. I can't. That's the one time I say I can't, because I can.
Yeah, I love that.
I can't stop, man. I tell people all the time, you're like, Cedric, I can't. You better not say that. I can't stop.
So what's next in your life?
What's next in my life? I actually, we have a little league baseball team, 10U. I love kids, dude. I love kids. I get to be silly, right, on purpose. And they get to see it. And I want to get to where we build an organization for, kids to play baseball. And I still want to train those kids inside of a facility, as well as having my adults inside of that facility as well, too. So the next adventure is to continue to grow my young athletes and take that to the next level.
What does that next level look like?
The next level of that, actually, we want to start off with having a second team. Right now we have a 10U baseball team. We actually want to have an A and a B team. And then after that, I actually want to have a program, where I'm actually training children. So I want to grow the small business that I have now of training children. I want that to grow even more. Now, when you grow your children base, they have guardians or parents, right? They have to come in as well too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big shebang on both ends of making sure that our future, right, is trained in a good way. I'm not saying, oh, these no. I just want to continue what these wonderful parents are already doing, and I just want to, give my love to them as well too, and allow them to, hear things that their parents are saying just in a different way.
Yeah.
And for them to go out there and be great. I want my kids to be amazing and way better than I am.
Yeah.
Then my son says, Dad, I want to be just like you. And I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, son, be better than me. Right? I don't want you to be like me. That's going backwards, dude. Let's go forward. So the next adventure is to build these children up, and to also connect with men. I have a program that's going to be coming up. It's called Wolfpack Elite, and I'll be helping out men spiritually, mentally, and physically. So I know a lot of times we gear towards, of course the women, because women are, man, they strong. They gonna come. The women gonna come and work out, man. That's something they gonna do. It's a little harder to try and get the men to come in. So I want to make sure that men are feeling the same joy that the women are, right? These women are getting in shape. They feeling different. Come on, man. We got this too. We are the leaders of the pack. We're the head of the household, right? We have to make those big decisions. So in order to make those decisions and make them clearly, let's work on our mind. Let's think differently. Let's think positive. Let's work out, right? That clears that mind as well too. And then let's make sure we're connecting with God just a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Because as long as he's guiding our footsteps, we can't never go wrong. We'll alter a little bit, but we can't never go wrong.
That's right. That's right.
That's where I'm gearing towards, man.
I love that. Where I wanna be part of that, your pathway, and I wanna see where that takes you on all of those endeavors and dreams.
Thank you, man. It's gonna be big. This men's thing is gonna be amazing, dude.
Thank you.
I'm about to touch these hearts, man. These men are gonna feel powerful. Not in a sense of I have power, but no, in a sense of I have confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I lead my home. I lead my children. And there are situations where fathers can't be in the lives, but they're still making those efforts and they're still doing the amazing things that they can do when they are with their children, when they're with their spouse, their partner, their whatever. We're going to just be better men because we have to be and we need to be.
I love that. Well, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Serving.
Thank you.
Before we wrap it up, I have one more question.
Yes.
What does it mean to compete?
What does it mean to compete? Give me a second, man, because I want this one to be good. Competing is sometimes looked at as going against.
Mm-hmm.
Me against you. 1v1. My kids say that all the time. Dad, you want to do 2v2? So when you think of compete, you think of getting ready, destroy. I don't think of competing as that. When I compete, I think of it as being together and getting through that life. That's what I think competing is. Being the best that you can be. When you compete, I compete with myself. I don't have time to compete with others. So when I say compete, today is a must that I'm better than yesterday. It is required that every day you are better than the day before. That's my compete.
Oh, powerful.
Compete with myself.
And when you're competing like with people around you, it's like still competing with yourself to help others be better.
And that's it. And that's all it is, man. I'm competing with myself to do better and to serve the people better as well, too. And I want to say this. I think sometimes when we say, even the word compete, I don't want to compete with you. Your life is amazing. Not say I want it, But if I start competing and comparing, right? If I start to compare, you think about compete. Now I'm saying, ooh, I'm not there yet. Sometimes you start to fall a little bit, right? Compete with you, right? I compete with me. I compete with me because I'm always number one. I've said that before, right? There's no competition. I apply the pressure. My compete, I'm going to beat myself every day. I look forward to it. I look forward to beating myself. What did I do yesterday? I'm going to be better today.
You know, and they went to 120 push-ups. Yeah, 120.
That's it.
It's best.
That's it, man. Compete with you.
Well, appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.